what they could do with their body, or what you like to teach some people to do with their body.
Yeah. Let's first define it because I know that some people may not know. So, in your nervous system, obviously, we have tons and hundreds and thousands of nerves and all the things running through our body, including our vagus nerve, which is the biggest nerve in our body that basically runs the entirety of our skeletal system, more or less, right? Especially the upper torso. And so you have these things that happen in the brain that can trigger your nervous system into a response, right? Now, you have the parasympathetic nervous system, which I always try to teach people and remind them to think of a parachute, right? Because a parachute will what, Mike? It will save
Slow
you,
you down,
right?
say you
And
down.
and so and so a parasympathetic nervous system, that's rest, digest, recover, that is a calm state. That's hopefully where you're at right now, right? In this calm, relaxed state. The sympathetic nervous system is your fight, flight, freeze, fawn. That's your activated system. That's your safety. That's your alarm, basically, right? And it's the same system that's activated when you're scared or you're excited, right? It's the same reason why sometimes people will pee their pants if they get scared, because all of your most important functioning systems, they effectively shut down, right? So that your blood goes to your extremities, your arms and your legs. So if you have to, you can run or battle for your life, right? And so that's the sympathetic nervous system. Obviously, we're going to try to aim to be in the parasympathetic nervous system. But I want to say this: a lot of people give the sympathetic nervous system like a really bad shot. Like they give it a bad name. They're always dumping dirt on it. But you have to have it. You would never survive without it, right? It's a massively important system. So you don't want to be avoidant of it, but you do want to be, again, aware and cognizant of it. So how do I get in the parasympathetic? For me, one of the things that I realized having an ACE score of 10. So if you don't know the adverse childhood experiences, I highly recommend you look up Dr. Folletti's work from Kaiser Permanente and the California Center for Disease Control from a bit ago, because it'll give you a lot of information that will really profoundly change your life. Information we don't have enough time to go. I've talked about it on the podcast. Just if you look up Think Unbroken podcast, type in ACE score, ACE score. I went into a whole diatribe about it. And so because my score was so high and I was on hyper aware, hyper vigilant, and hyper independent state constantly, the first thing that I had to do was educate myself. I really think that's foundationally more important. I don't want to say more important, massively important, right? And so get education first. Now, how do I actually get into it? A lot of different ways. For me, meditation has played a huge role. You hear meditation all the time. My meditation is maybe different than a lot of people because I just do 7 minutes, right? I don't go into 20. My brain can't even handle an hour if it wanted to. But if I can get calm for 7 minutes and it's just breathing, right? Breathing is your best way to get into the parasympathetic nervous system. Other than that, I love journaling. I'm a writer first, like by nature, probably like it's in my bones somehow. Like I'm a writer first. And so if I can take all the craziness in my head, like the chaos of running multiple businesses, of constant travel, of, podcasting all the time, and I can just write, gives me space to think about other things, right? Gives me clarity. And then the other thing is, just be mindful of what you're putting in your body. Again, as someone who was previously morbidly obese, I found food to be a great way to satiate. And I realized, like, when I'm really anxious, if I'm in that sympathetic nervous system, I will overeat, right?
Mm.
Or one of the things that I will do, and it's something I will hopefully not always battle, but it's something I do battle, is I'm like, I'm about to smash this bag of gummy bears, right?
Hmm.
Now, that'll only happen, I can count on both hands how many times I've had gummy bears in the last 10 years. But again, it's about that awareness. And so if I feel like I'm in that hypervigilant state, even before I'll eat, I'll just close my eyes and I'll breathe for 30 seconds, right? It's interesting. I cannot cite the research paper off the top of my head. I cannot remember. It's bookmarked on my other machine. But they found like prayer, like meditation before eating actually helped digestion.
Mm.
Why? Fascinating, right, Mike? But why? Because it's giving people the ability to step into the parasympathetic. We eat on our computers. We move 100 miles an hour. We never just take the space for the calm. And so, you know, even for me, it's always a challenge, and I think it will be a part of my daily practices to just find the calm. And one of my favorite meditative practices is I love to make my own espresso. So making my own coffee from scratch in the morning for that 8 minutes that it takes me, because I'm slow and I grind the beans and I get the water right and all that, is like a beautiful meditation every day. So
Mm.
find the thing that just brings you calm, that brings you peace, and try that.
Mm. That's cool. I really love that. That's a great. I'm glad I asked that question because you gave a great backstory, and I put that in the notes here, the ACE score, and checking out your podcast, the Think Unbroken podcast, for that episode. So, listener, you can go get some more information around that and some great tools around just activating this parasympathetic. I mean, making your own coffee. I like to make pancakes, so protein
Mm,
pancakes. That's just calm and makes me get into that creative space in the kitchen. So
I love that.
I definitely
I
feel
love
that.
cooking too.
So
I'm right there with
yeah,
you. I
yeah,
love
it's
that.
enjoyable. I don't know if it's good, but I enjoy it. So